What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. And guys, while I am watching SummerSlam 1992, I just got finished with Royal Rumble 1992. Now I'm going into the summer of British Bulldog and Bret Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. I think the perfect match on SummerSlam, an underrated match. I just heard from Mark Boy, so I can't wait to watch this. I'm like 10 minutes into it. But now I want to talk about the ending of John Cena coming soon. What match do we get at Survivor Series? Because we don't know what match we're going to get at Saturday night's main event, but we also don't know who is the next big opponent for John Cena at Survivor Series. Is John Cena going to compete in his first ever War Games? Is he going to fight for the Intercontinental Championship? Is he going to pick somebody completely different? We have no idea. I guess we got to go back to the future and find another opponent for him. Someone from his past. Or why don't we just have John Cena become a Grand Slam champion at Survivor Series, even though we would love to have Rey Mysterio versus Dominic one more time in their hometown. But do we pull the trigger on Grand Slam Cena and wait for Rey and Dominic? I don't know, man, because I thought Dominic had a surprise. Like, we all thought it was going to be a promo calling out John Cena. But he's the greatest luchador of all time. He's better than Blue Gonda. Better than Eddie Guerrero. Well, John Cena has faced Eddie Guerrero. John Cena has faced Rey Mysterio. But he has never faced Dominic Mysterio. Do we pull the trigger here for a Grand Slam champion, or do we go the alternate route of War Games? John Cena has 3 dates left. 4 dates left, 3 dates left. You know it. John Cena will be here next week on Raw in Boston to sit down at the announce table, probably, to watch the first 2 rounds, first round 2 matches of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Sheamus, Nakamura, Damian Priest, Rusev. We know Sheamus and Rusev are gonna win, right? I think we know that. El Champion does not have a chance. And Shinsuke Nakamura, have you seen how he's been booked? He doesn't have a chance either. Have him be world champion, for God's sakes. WWE Triple H. Ugh. But no, we're not here to talk about Nakamura's terrible run in WWE. We're here to talk about John Cena's final opponent at War Games. At Survivor Series, Survivor Series War Games, it doesn't matter. Does he pull someone from the past, like a Chris Jericho and Edge? Could Edge and Jericho be in the tournament? Will there be on SmackDown or Raw? It's picked randomly, folks. They brought back the Royal Rumble tumbler. So, who does he face at Survivor Series? Dominic Mysterio, a Carmelo Hayes, a Miz. And Alex Shelley. Chris Sabin. Sami Zayn again. Well, just think. Someone from the past, like AJ Styles and John Cena, put on a hell of a match at Crown Jewel. But we haven't seen Cena since. What's he cooking up in the kitchen? What's he cooking up in that secret? What's cooking in that secret formula that good old daddy Triple H doesn't want us to know? Triple H is like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, cooking up Cena's final match at Survivor Series. Or could it just be Logan Paul, The Vision, Brock Lesnar, Cena, Punk, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns and John Cena? Wait. CM Punk, the Usos, Roman Reigns, that's 4. We need 5. Cena, and then you got Brock, The Vision, that's 2. We need 2 more. LA Knight and Solo? I don't know. But, oh my God, who's Cena? If Cena is not in War Games, let's say. If Cena is not in War Games, that's out. Who's he face? A past superstar? A current superstar? Or a future up-and-coming superstar? Could he pick someone like an Oma Femi, a Ricky Saints? I don't know, man. War Games is coming around the corner. November 29th, 25th, I'm not sure. So, there's not a lot of time to speculate it. Are we getting Rey Mysterio versus Dominic one more time for the IC title? Hair versus career. Hair versus mask, I mean. Or it could just be for the IC title and hair versus mask and career. But who is Cena going to face if he's not in War Games? And if Mysterio and Dominic take that spot? I pick a returning Edge. I pick a returning Chris Jericho. Make it a triple threat. Make it a triple threat match. Or if you're just going to have him in the tournament, do that. But also, we can do a Kurt Angle. We can do a Brock Lesnar again. Do a CM Punk called out John Cena. But CM Punk will be in War Games. So, again, the world title will not be on the line at Survivor Series. Is that 4 times in a row? 2022. 2023. No. 3 times. No. Survivor Series 2024, Walter was champion. And he faced the Judgment Day. Okay, fine. Perfect. Okay, then. Yeah. But I listed off some names. Like a Carmelo Hayes, an Oma Femi, a Ricky Saints, The Miz. Because The Miz wants a match, but John Cena's not giving it to him. I don't know why. But we're in November, folks. We're in November. It's November 6th. Oh, yes. And also today, yeah, John Cena's even on the poster in the cage. So he's going to be in War Games. November 29th. Seth Rollins is out for 6 months. Whoa, what is that DVD? Is that a DVD? Oh, that's an action figure. That's an action figure, folks. But John Cena, if he's not in War Games, who's he gonna face? That's the only question. That's the only question that I have for you, because we know what's gonna happen at Saturday night's main event. If he's not in War Games and it's not for the IC title, who's he face? In Petco Park in San Diego, California. November 29th, folks. Who's Cena facing? I listed off a bunch of names. I mean, could he face Snoopy from Peanuts? We don't know. Could Snoopy be making his WWE debut? I don't know. Could we be going back to the future and finding someone from the past to face Cena? Well, you guys know when I guys know what you guys know when I know, because I make a video on it. But Cena versus who for Survivor Series? Like I said, Cena, Roman, Punk, and the Usos versus Lesnar, The Vision, Logan Paul. Wait. Brock, Vision, Logan Paul, and possibly a returning Austin Theory. That's what I just read on there. But then, who returns at the end? I don't know, man. Cena versus a returning Jericho at Saturday night's main event and Edge. But who's he facing at War Games? If he's not in War Games, who's he facing at Survivor Series, folks? I want you guys to know in the comment section down below. Mark off your choices. And there's 1,000 people because he gets to pick the matches. Because I think it's his hand-picked opponents for his final match, except for this tournament. But guys, who's Cena facing at Survivor Series if he's not in War Games and it's not for the Intercontinental Championship? Do we make Cena a Grand Slam champion, or do we go Rey Mysterio versus Dominic, title and hair versus mask and career? This has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know, and I'm out. Peace.